again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, it's Masculine Monday, and it's the last Monday of the month, and it's the last time I'll be using this kit. Now, I did have a lot left, so I went ahead and just kept it all together and stuck it up in my little kit section in my craft room, and I will come back to it at a later date. I did, however, really want to scrapbook this photo. It is my uncle and my son when he wasn't even a year old, and that's his very first four-wheeler ride. And it's actually in the yard that I currently own. There are no more, those evergreens are no longer there. That is really sad. They were huge and they lined the property, but they were old and we were afraid that they would. Actually, my grandparents were both still alive, and they took the trees down because they were afraid they were going to fall and take out the house. So right here, I did have these three pieces. One of them was already cut into a banner, so I go ahead and make these other two into banners as well. And they will appear later on. I do like this blue starry paper, and I'm going to use the scraps. But right here, see, I've got these. This kit had a whole bunch of four-wheelers that say off-road and a whole bunch of off-road stuff. So I am going to go ahead and cut this out. And I do look at the sheet to see if there's anything else that I could take, and I do believe that that is no. I go ahead and put that to the side after giving it a thorough look over. But for the most part, it's still an intact 12 by 12, so I could get away with using it again. So I'm going to come in with my ATG, and I'm going to just trim this piece down right here. And I totally, wonkied it up, guys. As soon as I get it done, okay, right here, I'm like, I look at it, and I'm like, wait. What did I do? Right? Yeah, I meant to cut off the big strip. So yeah, we all mess up, right? So anyway, now I have two smaller pieces. I did keep them. Now, if there is no more, if the kit is almost killed, I tell you what, those do not stay, those get recycled. But, while the kit has still got a lot going on, I will go ahead and keep those scraps. I went ahead and took this orange piece, and I cut two pieces of the orange. I am going to use orange cardstock as the background. I love that flower paper, so I'm going to use it. I know it's a boy masculine layout, but it's totally cool. Now what I do is I am going to rip the top and the bottom of both of these. Kind of something that I used to do all the time, and here lately I've been doing it again. We go in and out of things that we like to do, and then we start doing it, we like it, and we go with it. So I just rip these just a little bit, and I do throw those scraps away. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a brown fine liner, just because I wanted to add a little bit of something to the edges of these, but I thought black was just too much. I could have went ahead and used some ink and distressed the edges as well, but I haven't really lined the papers like this in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just things that I used to do all the time and then get out of, kind of like ripping the paper. So, I do go ahead and use it on the back side. I do not do this on my mat because, and I don't make you watch me do all of that, but I don't do it on my mat because I always go off the sheet and I don't want to mark my mat up. However, I did find that mat at Tuesday Morning for $14.99. Not gonna lie to you guys, super in love with that mat. I had my craft sheet is still, my mixed media craft sheet is still underneath it, but I needed, and I have another self-healing cutting mat that is on the other side of my desk that I pull out to actually cut on, but it's like barely a 12 by 12, so I couldn't use that all the time. Anyway, I matted the photo in that fun, very little. It was a scrap that I had, and it didn't really go with the collection. I just kind of threw that one sheet in there. So I matted it in that, so you can't even tell what it really is. Now that chipboard piece, I do have to come back to all of the chipboard pieces because the adhesive does not stick. But I went ahead and did the Live, Love, Explore, and I got the little off-road guy there kind of making a band. And then I'm going to pop this up right here on some fun foam. Well, it's not fun foam because it doesn't have adhesive on one side. Just the cheapo dollar pack that I get from the dollar store. And I just, cut it into little strips you know, because that seemed to work. And I just need a little bit more right there, so then I'm going to go ahead and get my ATG on it. Make sure everything is adhered nicely. And I'm going to stick that right at the bottom. And it just says Happy Trails, and you know they're on like a 4-wheeler, so I'm going to pop this little arrow up right here on some foam. And it just says trail this way. So basically I just did everything that said off-road, trail, adventure, these little trees as well. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot about all these banners. So I'm going to use like just the tips of the banners right here. You know, why? I don't really know. What I'm doing is lining my paper up so that I know that these are straight. And you may be thinking, that really doesn't go, Becky. And I realized that, but I liked it. And I really wanted that there. So now this right here is when I realized that those... And I heard something like hit, right? And I thought it fell on the ground, but it was the bear. So I just get another Happy Trails on there. And I do realize now that there's 2 Happy Trails on there, but I'm okay with it. And that little off-road with the little... 4-wheeler up there, ATV, whatever you guys want to call it. This little circle bit right here, we're going to pop up over here. I was just pulling everything that I thought would, go. And I get that stuck right behind that tree just to kind of ground him a little bit. And then I pull out the sticker sheet that I had pulled for a previous layout, and I left some of those things on there and added to it because, I get overwhelmed if there's too much, and I just kind of get some things stuck right in there. And that was actually really stuck on the picture, but nothing else, so I was afraid it would come off eventually. So the little arrow, I do get a couple arrows on here. I loved this collection. It was so much fun to use. It's actually 2, but you guys know I do that, so it's fun. I have no idea. I think I've already put my masculine kit together for October. I forgot what it is, but we'll find out together on the first Monday of October. I can't believe it's almost October. Can you guys? 2020 has been such a crazy ride. So we are almost done here. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the layouts. Click that subscribe button if you would like to see more from me. If there's anything that I can do, just leave me a comment down below. If you would like to join me for Masculine Monday in October, also leave me a comment down below. My title is going to serve as this right here, and something about getting dirty, and then Sam and Joe. And basically this is an alpha, and I have not a lot of things that I can make. So the O brings in the teal from the flowered paper, which was another reason why I went ahead and pulled in the flowered paper, but the O only comes in the teal. And they are thickers, and they don't stick. I know they don't stick. I didn't even have an E. I have a wonky F that I turned into an E. The A's were in black. The S's were in black. It was just like everything. It's fine. I love it. It's all different. And that is probably going to be it for this layout, unless I decide to do splatters. So I'll